Hey world, what's up? MissV here from Authentic Vibrations. It was on my heart to come out and do a reading for you guys tonight, so thank you so much for joining the collective conscious conversation. 3 different decks have come out during my meditation: Psychic Tarot of the Heart, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and the Healing with the Fairies cards are the ones that are asking to be used tonight. I've already shuffled the cards for Psychic Tarot of the Heart, so that it's not too long of a video because I do still have the other 2 card decks to shuffle and relay. So for anyone looking for readings, insight, coaching, or healing sessions, the information is in the link below, so please get at me, and hope everyone's having an awesome evening. The first thing that came through as I was doing my meditation prior to coming onto this video was that I'm hearing congratulations. There's a lot of people that are going through the healing process right now. And there's a lot of people that are starting to really gain a clarity and confidence about who it is that they are and what it is that they bring to the table. So congratulations on all of the awesome work that you guys are doing. In this spread, the first thing that's coming out right now is that there is a lot of people going through detachment. There's a lot of people that recognize that they have been attached to things that they no longer need to be attached to. They're recognizing that, faulty belief systems were what actually linked them to those things to begin with. And now that they're recognizing that it wasn't coming from a place of purity, or maybe it's just a piece that they recognize that they've outgrown whatever it is that they were doing, thinking, believing, holding on to back then. They're now detaching from this. There's different things that are going on that used to make them feel hopeless and helpless, but they really have made the choice to step into the detachment process from all of the things that have made them feel alone. So it's kind of like they've gotten into this place of recognizing that reciprocation is super important, and if they are going to be successful and really win in life, that they need to be with people that are reciprocating. The other piece that I'm feeling with this, though, is that there are some people that are still going through this hopelessness and helplessness, and they are really feeling alone and detached from the battle that they feel that they have lost. So it's almost as though there are 2 different train tracks in front of me. One is the consciousness that's really doing the work, that's really feeling the clarity, that's really feeling alignment. They are feeling as though that it's just time to do the rebuilding. They're confident about that. They're trusting in it. They want to heal. They want to have the joy and stability that they know is their initial birthright. And so now they're taking back their power, remembering who they are, and really stepping into that space. For this other train track collective, it's the people that are really going through this difficult, lonely time, feeling as though their dedicated efforts have been met with a loss. What I'm hearing right now is that if it's for you, you will never lose it. If it's for you and you've lost it, it will come back for you. Sometimes we just need to go through these different places of change in order for us to truly be able to grow and expand outside of the things that we have attached ourselves to. So when we learn the process of detachment, recognizing that we can be happy with or without those things in our lives, we truly reach another level of understanding ourselves and the way that the universe works. So for anyone that's feeling alone and feeling that they are going through that hopelessness and helplessness, I definitely encourage you to reach out. My last video also had this hopeless and helplessness card come forward, and they're asking me to remind you that it's your belief systems that are actually making you feel stuck in that hopelessness and helplessness. So they're asking for you to gain some clarity in your own belief. Really sift and sort through those mind frames that are creating the feelings of aloneness, and know that you are never actually alone. The energies of the universe are always around, with and for you in your life, wanting to support you. There's an energy that's coming, through your body, making your heart pump, making your body function the way that it does as a human. And they're really asking you to start connecting to that energy at a different level. So Yeah, for those people that are feeling alone and sad right now, I definitely have a heavy heart for all of you guys, but know that this is the process of awakening that you're going through, and that you will be able to find some new vitality as you do the sift and sorting. For the people in the collective on the other train that are actually going through the rebuilding process and are enjoying the detachment, that are trusting in their universe, that they're rebuilding, they're enjoying the detachment, that they are really going through the healing process and trusting in the clarity of belief that it is that they're gaining. Hearing that your crown chakra's activation is amazing. So keep on listening, keep on trusting, keep on allowing for yourself to really look at the areas of life that not only are you healing now, but already have been healed. I'm feeling like you guys need to give yourselves a pat on the back. I'm seeing the pat on the back of like, man, great work. Like, it's not always easy to dig deep inside of ourselves and really sift and sort through all the cobwebs that are in here from the past. But at the end of the day, great work. There is a lot of winning that is going to be happening for you guys that are doing the work because of your dedicated efforts to heal and rebuild who it is that you are, what you're about, and to really bring that forward and share it. Okay, there's a lot of joy and stability coming with this new vitality, and they're asking for you to please share the love of your new understandings. Not preach to people about what it is that they need to do for themselves due to you finally understanding what you need to do for yourself, but really just sharing with people some of the things that you were caught up on, that you recognized were blocking you from moving forward, and now you're ready to share what it was that you've discovered within yourself and your own blockages that you needed to address in order for you to be able to move forward. Okay? A third consciousness is coming up. So a third railway. I always see them as train tracks, and there's this third railway that's coming forward that is saying to people that there are areas in your life that have felt hopeless and helpless. You have been feeling alone in certain relationships, in certain positions of things, and it is time to detach. I'm hearing that your belief systems have been it's almost like flip-flopping. I'm seeing it like jump from one to another, and they're asking you to really sit down and be honest and truthful with yourself about what it is that you're feeling and believing about the situations that you're going through. I feel like all of a sudden it's like I'm seeing this person like jailed, but it's through someone else's energy. So I'm feeling as though you're in a relationship or a situationship, or it could be family members that you're going through this process of you are so tired of there being a lack of reciprocation. You're tired of putting in more effort than you're receiving. You're tired of being so understanding with your partner or your friend or your coworker, and you're not receiving that in return. Yeah, I'm getting this sense of like you breaking out of the jail. It's time to detach from the things that make you feel like you're hard to love, make you feel like you're unworthy, make you feel like you're undervalued. There's all of these things within this prison, and it's almost like someone else's energy is really heavy and strong around you and on top of you. That I'm like, now I'm seeing like gasping for air, like almost like you're swimming and you're just like coming up gasping for air. They're asking you to please detach from that. They're asking you to please heal yourself from this prison that you've been put in this energetic attachment. It feels abusive. It feels as though it's so toxic. It's like you're around, I don't really like using labels, but it's almost as though you are engaged with a narcissist, and they constantly make you feel as though everything is your fault. They constantly make you feel as though, I see them like pointing fingers at you, and I feel like this extremely angry, rageful kind of energy right now of like, I can't believe you did this, but what you did was not deserving of the penalty in which they are bestowing upon you. It's almost as though that their own anger and their own discontent and their own lack of harmony is being projected onto you, and you're in a place in your life where you are ready to move forward from anything that no longer serves your highest good. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, it's actually very exciting now. All of a sudden, the energy that I'm getting is that it's almost like your clarity of belief. You've been watching the situation play out for a while, and you've been trying to manage it, and you've been really trying to make justifications for the person, in hopes that you justifying their behavior, they'll eventually allow for their behavior to change. But unfortunately, it's time to detach from this. The toxicity is too much. You have raised your own vibration to a point where, you really need to let yourself share the love in a different way. You have a new vitality that's around you in your sphere. You know that you're seeking the joy and stability and that it's coming forward for you. But unfortunately, because of this person and the way that they choose to go about things, you're not actually feeling as though the joy and stability is around you. That it's attainable. You know it's around you, but you're asking yourself, how is it attainable? And unfortunately, this person's energy and the prison in which you are in is blocking you from being able to actually reach that joy and stability. So you're being asked to really sort through your beliefs, sort through... It's almost as though it's like there's a lot of great times with you guys, but there's more bad times than good, and you're so tired of having to defend yourself and who you are that it's time for you to just take a step away and just recognize that, when you come into a partnership with someone, there's two things that happen. Either you guys rise or you guys fall. Sometimes in a partnership, one person will rise and the other will fall. Ultimately, what we all desire is that we both rise together. However, that doesn't always take place. So I'm really hearing just really trust yourself, your instincts. Trust what it is that you're receiving from your intuition. Trust what it is that you're receiving. The angels, I'm feeling right now that the angels are saying like, man, we've got you. We've been trying to help you, but you're stubborn. And you haven't been willing to detach from this situation. And yet it's the detachment that's required in order for you to be able to find the joy and stability. So I'm feeling like the exhaustion is on the side of you've been in this for too long, you've outgrown it. And then the other side is that the vitality and the new vitality that you're seeking is available for you. However, you need to be able to detach from it in order for you to actually be able to find that joy and stability that you're actually seeking. Okay? There are a lot of people going through the healing process right now. All of a sudden I'm being pulled to another train track, and the train track is those who are taking the time to do the healing. I am feeling like there is some people that need alone time. So I'm feeling as though being alone would be in your best interest in order for you to truly be able to recognize how much you have already rebuilt. Sometimes what ends up happening as we go through the process of self-development is that we forget how to look at our strengths in a way that allows for us to feel that we have actually really done a great job in our own healing process. Sometimes we get so caught up in the healing process that we're always seeking what needs to be healed next. It's almost like we try and put it on fast forward, and yet, that's not the way that the universe works, right? So I'm really hearing that it would be a benefit for you to really sit on your own and be by yourself in order for you to really get the glimpse, the understanding of just how much healing you've actually done in order for you to be able to take a step back and really sit in the joy and stability that you've actually found. I'm hearing that, sometimes we just need a break from the idea of healing and really allow for the timing of healing to come up on its own, right? A lot of people get so caught up in looking at what they need to heal next that they forget to sit in, embody, and embrace who it is that they've become now that they've went through so much rebuilding. So I'm just hearing you really deserve to take the time to sit with yourself and honor yourself and thank yourself for the amount of healing that you've actually done. We can never fast forward the process of healing, no matter how much we think we can. It's often our ego that tells us that we can fast forward that process, and we can't. So I'm feeling like right now would be a good time for those who have been doing lots of healing to really take the time to soak up and equilibrate all the changes and really just get to witness who you've become because of the fact that you've let so much go. It's almost like taking an opportunity to catch up with your own human self and who it is that you become in this time, okay? Hearing to go to pack number 2, Healing with the Angels. Angels on the temples of love, light, truth, power, and abundance. What cards would be a benefit to add to our spread as to what it is that we need to pay attention to at this time? Please give the collective conscious conversation the cards that we require in order for us to be able to get a clear picture of what we need to look at, what we need to pay attention to, and what would be in our benefit to remember. Love tribe of the temples of love, light, truth, power, and abundance. Please provide us whatever cards we require to make sense of what is going on in the collective consciousness at this time. Interesting. Okay, so there's only one card that flew out from this, and it is trust. Awesome to see that there's 2 different levels of trust on the board here. For those that are feeling alone and a little isolated right now, I'm really hearing just trust that you're not alone. It's time to open up your perception, to recognize that, you know, being alone, often we put ourselves in a position of feeling like no one can understand us and that no one could understand what we've been through or the feelings that we have, the emotions we experience. So we often isolate ourselves and feel alone based on the thoughts of being separate from other people. And the universe is really asking you to trust right now that you are not alone. Trust right now that you have so much support around you, but you have to be willing to see how they're actually working in your favor. So all of a sudden I'm getting this sense that there's a lot of people that have been getting signs about how to move forward in their life so that they don't feel alone and isolated. But I feel like those people are ignoring the signs. I feel like they're addicted to the pain that they're in without knowing that they're actually addicted to the pain that they're in, crying out or calling out for help, but not actually willing to do the work to help themselves. But they're getting closer to being willing to trusting that they can actually do the work to heal. They are craving to rebuild and to get out of this hopeless and helpless space. Clarity of belief is pulling out to me, but it's not about the belief though. What's coming up to me right now is, if you look at the card and the way that the gentleman has his hand on his heart and is letting the butterfly go from his hand, it's almost like allowing for any of the beliefs that are working against you that make you feel like you're alone, make you feel like no one can understand your situation, no one can understand your emotions, your thoughts, or your feelings. It's almost like they're asking you to surrender that belief and give it up so that you can actually start receiving attracting people into your life that have been going through the same kind of things, in order for you to actually remember that you're not the only one that has those kind of feelings, those thoughts, those emotions. You're not the only one that wants to isolate. That we all want to isolate at different times, but you don't have to feel alone. So they're asking you to just be mindful of the ways that you can actually start engaging and participating in life in a way that reminds you that you are not alone. Okay? I feel that all of a sudden this feeling of like, get rid of the people that make you feel alone in your life. Like, I feel like there's some people out there that are putting so much into their relationships in every avenue of life. And yet, like, when they go home at night, they feel so drained because they don't feel like they're getting back what they require. Now, it's not from the ego expectation space of require, but it's from the soul nurturing. So it's almost like you've outgrown some of the people that you're around, or you're around just a really negative, small playing field mentality. And that's never been you. So the longer that you stay around those people in that vibration, the more alone you feel. And they're asking you to please recognize that it is time to rebuild your friend circles, your workspaces. It is time for you to kind of come forward in your own. You know, if you're surrounded with a bunch of low vibrational people and you're feeling sensitive to the energies that you come across in those environments, please ask yourself why it is that you spend time in those environments with low energy people. Emotional attachments to people often have us staying in situations, places, environments for far too long because we're afraid that if we make the choice to move forward, that we're abandoning people or neglecting them, or that we're being disloyal to people. But often what ends up happening is that we end up being disloyal to ourselves in that process. And they're just please asking you to remember that if you're feeling alone because of the fact that you're surrounded in people that do not have a similar mind frame as you, to please start seeking more people that do have a similar mind frame as you, because you deserve to know that you're not alone. Okay? We got quite a few beauties on the deck with Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, so let me see what's up. Okay, so this is for the exact same people that I was just speaking with about the ones that feel alone because you're just around the wrong mentalities. You're around, it's not wrong. Sorry, no mentality is necessarily wrong. It's just a matter of whether or not it complements who you are and what you're about. And I'm feeling like, you know, it's like an old friend group that, like, let's say that you grew up with them, or, you know, an old crush that you used to have, or a relationship that's been there long standing. Any sort of situation that you've been going through where you recognize that the mind frames that you're around are no longer on par with your own mind frame. It's like they're asking you to recognize the way that you've compromised your own integrity, or your own, it's not necessarily your own integrity, but it's about the way that you've compromised yourself, remaining loyal to people that are on a different frequency than you. They're really asking for you to, give me a second. Yeah, so it's like right now what I'm seeing is you know, we sacrifice ourselves a lot for the sake of other people, thinking that the other people have our best interest at heart, because they say they do, but not all of them do. And we're starting to recognize that it's up to us to take our own accountability and make our own choices based on our own truth, and that you know, you don't have to compromise who you are and what you're about anymore. Okay? It's really time for you to detach from those old energies, recognize that, you know, they serve their purpose. You grew into who you are now because you had those influences and those people and those interactions and experiences. So now it's just, you know, it's about allowing for yourself to recognize that cycle of growth is over. And it's really about time that you start attracting people that will provide you with a balance that will really allow for you to meet people with similar intentions as you, because it really is, they're like the old mentalities of scrutiny, the old mentalities of revenge, the old mentalities of judgment, the old mentalities. There's just so many things like flashing through my mind right now that are saying like it's just the end of a cycle. It's just, they helped you grow, but it's the end of a cycle now. So the other thing that I'm hearing is that because they're asking you to come into a different balance, they're asking for you to really see divine order, okay? They're really recognizing that the divine order that you have been paying attention to is not a very easy thing for you to actually go, okay, listen, I got that, I'm just moving forward. Because there is the human attachment involved with the emotion. So they're just asking for you to really check yourself and look objectively at a situation, because if you remove the emotions and you ask yourself, what is this in my life for, without the emotions involved, you often have the opportunity to see what that lesson has been about, and whether or not you've learned it, or if you have to keep on going through the same thing over and over and repeating the cycles in order for you to be able to truly, fully learn it and understand it, okay? For the collective consciousness out there that has been doing the work in healing, one of the things that they're saying is like you're really starting to hit the mark. Your intentions are crystal clear, which is allowing for the vibrational energy to match those intentions, to manifest the desires, and to really bring the joy and stability that you're looking for. So what they're saying is that your small steps have been acknowledged. Keep on asking for the guidance. It is there. Your deserved efforts are on their way. There is a lot of joy and stability coming forward for you. Now, there is also the collective that is the ones that are feeling alone and in the space of hope and helplessness. They're asking for you to really do a non-judgmental reflection of yourself, to recognize where it is that you require patience in your life, to be able to find the balance. Patience within. Feel like you're beating yourself up really, really hard, and they're asking you to stop being so judgmental towards yourself. In the reflection of yourself, and I'm pretty sure this was on my last video, was that, it's about really taking the time to look at your strengths, okay? Look at what it is that you're going through. Look at what it is that you possess that are the good pieces of you. And for anyone that says, I don't have any good qualities, it means that you are not willing to look yet at the good qualities that you have, because you do have good qualities. So once you finally change that focus and start looking at your good qualities, you'll remember that you have some. But again, it really comes down to asking yourself why it is that you are compromising. Why are you compromising your growth cycles? Why are you judging yourself to the point where, you're compromising these growth cycles? You're detaching from your own skills and abilities in order to attach to the addiction to pain that you are comfortable with. So just really looking at how it is that you're compromising your own happiness, really taking the ownership of becoming happy and doing the work that will assist you in getting to the place of attaining happiness in your life, okay? I am feeling to pull from one more deck, so I shall do so before this reading is over. All right, angels in the temples of love, light, truth, power, and abundance. What would you like to add to our spread for those in the collective consciousnesses that we are speaking with this evening? Please provide crystal clear messages for us right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoa, here it goes. Wow. All right. And then it said stop after it dropped a ton. Aw, that's awesome. Okay. I love how these cards just come out on their own and yet have such profound insight attached to them. So, one of the things that I am hearing very clearly, like my heart feels like, oh, is the hello from heaven card. We have got people on the board that have lost very, very important people to them that are up in heaven. And they are telling you that they are here with you, helping you get through all it is that you're going through. Right now I'm seeing two different train tracks. One is for the people that are really feeling alone and in hopelessness and helplessness. I feel like some of you guys, hello from heaven is right here. I'm feeling like some of you guys are really feeling this aloneness because of the fact that you have lost someone. You're feeling a little bit lost without them, and they are coming to say hello. They want you to know that you're not alone. They want you to start calling on them, asking them for help, to take baby steps and moving forward so that you can start going through the process of healing from this loss. Okay? Judy, I don't know why the name Judy just came forward. Maybe you lost someone named Judy. Maybe your name is Judy. I'm just listening to them for a minute. I'm feeling that someone detached from their own understanding, their own connection to source. They're running backwards. I'm all of a sudden feeling addictions as a means to cope with this loss. Yeah, someone is compromising what it is that they know. It's almost like they're so, the person that whoever it is from heaven here, that I'm not only just seeing one, I'm just seeing Judy is the name and space coming forward the loudest at the moment that would like to say something. It's like the person has forfeited their own understanding, their own clairvoyance, their own clairaudience, their own claircognizance because of this loss. I'm hearing that you're engaged in addictions, trying to run backwards as a means to cope, but they're saying that unfortunately can't heal through that. We all heal through different processes, but someone's really worried about someone that's going through an addiction, that's trying to that's using the addiction to be able to cope, and they're pleading. They want you to know that they're with you, trying to prompt you to get into the healing mode so that you don't compromise yourself, your life, your work, your career, your relationship. I'm feeling really emotional. Is that in like really emotional? I'm hearing I love you. I'm hearing I didn't mean to leave you. I had to go. Not because of you. Please recognize that there's divine order. This person feels so sad, and whoever is going through this, I definitely am sending you such an abundance of love, light, and abundance, because I feel very, very emotional. So it's like someone's feeling like they're losing themselves in their addiction as a means to try and cope with this loss. But the person's with you. Like they're with you all the time, trying to remind you that they're there and because you're under the influence, you're not allowing yourself to connect the dots and see things. They're asking you to prioritize yourself and prioritize seeing that angel therapy is real, and they're now one of your angels. Wow. They're saying, remember who you are. Remember who you are. You are an angel to them. They saw you as an earth angel. They see you still as an earth angel. They're saying, go see a counselor. Find someone that will help you heal. Yeah. They're really concerned about you. Oh, that was heavy, guys. Sorry about that. That was a lot. Whoever it is that has lost someone, that is going through this kind of scenario, please reach out to me, or any other healer. But I would definitely be open to helping you work through this. I have been working in mental health and addictions for 18 years and completely understand the process of loss and trying to get through the pain of that loss, wanting to escape the pain of that loss. I've also lost someone in my life. I've lost many people in my life, but I know what the temptation of going to the addiction side of things is like. I've made the choice to explore in those areas myself at times that I was trying to cope. So if that's you, and you need a little bit of guidance and healing, please reach out to me. Okay, they're not here anymore, so they, yeah, they're gone. So know that there is a large collective of people that are in heaven right now that are shining down on their loved ones the most. Really proud of people that are doing the healing and getting through the healing, and really supportive and encouraging to those who are really struggling right now in trying to find their own stability as they kind of work with the new reality of not having those people in their life. I'm hearing to pay attention, and I feel like there's going to be feathers coming into your life to show you signs. I feel like pennies. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm seeing pennies. I feel like you're going to stumble upon little things that will have either their name on it or something that was said that was important to you guys, for you guys to really remember that angel therapy is really real, and that they are working with you from the other side. When a person physically dies, their energy does not, so they just have the opportunity to transform and support us in different ways. I'm hearing that there's some people in this position that need to get outside or get into some creative writing. You know, I'm saying remember to breathe and remember to be courageous. I know it's super hard when we go through loss of loved ones, but they're saying that you have a lot of courage, and you know, it's time to really get into the breath of releasing the pain and healing the pain, so you can turn it into beauty. You can look at what it is that it's taught you and what it is that you've learned from it. I'm feeling like there's a lot of regret in this consciousness. So I don't know if it's that, you know, the people, you wish that you would have said something, you wish you would have done something different. But it's time to forgive yourself for the way that things went. It's also time to forgive them for the way that things went. Everything played out perfectly as it was supposed to, even though it never feels that perfect. Okay. Get outdoors more. Allow for yourself to breathe in the air of consciousness. And trust that you will eventually remember who you are. It's scary to feel like we've lost ourselves, especially when we're feeling alone and hopeless and helpless, and it's scary. It's really scary, but ask for help. Again, whether it's from the counselor, call upon your loved ones in heaven. Know that your loved ones in heaven are here with you, helping you, supporting you. And look at it as angel therapy instead of it looking at it as though you're losing it by looking at the signs. Just remember that they're providing you the signs because it's angel therapy. Just another beautiful form of therapy. All right, all of a sudden I'm getting this really opposite feeling. There is people that are in a collective that have been doing angel therapy, and it is time to prioritize working with children and adults in a counseling, healing, light worker way to help this collective heal and rebuild and find the source of vitality, honoring the source of vitality of these beautiful indigos, crystal children, rainbow children, all of the amazing collective consciousness children that are awoke. I absolutely adore kids. I think it's so cool. But it's about time for you to start teaching what you have learned. Over the times that we have went through all these different generational changes, we've really come to see that there are a lot of differences between the consciousness of, those who were born in 1940 versus the consciousness of those who are born in 2019. Quite different. So what I'm hearing is that the children of our world right now require people to teach what they have learned about the indigo world, about the collective consciousness world, the awareness of our children, the consciousness of our children, to really teach how, teach parents, teach teachers, teach people on the planet how to actually serve these children at a different level in order for these children to really grow and remember who they are. Okay, these kids know more than us who they are, and we've all went through experiences of when we've been dumbed down or conditioned to not pay attention to our senses as much. We know the effect that we've had on that and how we've had to rebuild ourselves and heal the wounds because of the fact that programming interrupted our there's so many cards on the table, but interrupted our understanding, the way that we receive information, our claircognizance, our clairaudience, and our clairvoyance. And what I'm hearing is that it is time for those of you who know that you are a guide for the children of the generations to come to please really trust in stepping into the teacher role to be able to support these children's learning and growing. The example that's coming to my mind is, if you think about it, all of our kids right now are really being put in front of social media. They are, their priority is not human interaction necessarily. They're being taught in a totally different world. And so it's really about us reminding parents of, not even just parents, caretakers in general, of really owning and honoring and paying attention to their children's gifts, claircognizance, clairaudience, clairvoyance, their skills, their abilities, their talents, and to really help them nurture that, within their child, okay? So those of you on the planet that know that you're a light worker, I'm hearing that it is time for you to prioritize the way that you're going to share the love in order to help other people find joy and stability. And that would be by you teaching and being the light worker that you are. You have answers that some of the people in our collective are seeking, and only your wisdom and the way that you see things could actually make sense to that collective. So they're just saying, really speak up Know that there are loved ones with you that are proud of you. Know that it is time for you to really rebuild yourself in a new way. They're asking you to have the courage and the trust to really step into teaching your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, and your claircognizance to the children and their caretakers in order for them to truly be able to access healing at a different level. All right? Anything else? Moon cycles is popping up. They would like for creative writing and creative pursuits to be underneath the moon. They want you to start looking at, if I'm guessing right now I'm hearing cycles of growth, which is from this card, the Sisters of the Seasons. So they're asking for the divine law, and I'm hearing ritual. Okay, so for those of you who believe in the moon system or in the moon cycles and feel the moon cycles, they're really asking you to start getting back into ritual. They're starting asking you to really start playing with the divine law and order at a different level, to really truly be able to step into yourself. The creative writing piece is representing rituals for me at this time. That's what I'm feeling, hearing, and seeing. And it's almost as though they're asking for you to... The card's here somewhere because they're asking me to look for it. They're asking for you to get into the rituals of summoning your own powers, your own perspectives. It's about like really recognizing that the light workers on this planet are sending ripples through the collective all the time, and when you get back into the rituals in which you've gotten away from, not only does the whole entire universe and this whole entire planet benefit from that, but you and your friends and your loved ones, they all get to benefit from that at the same time. So I'm hearing that those that believe in the moon cycles and that recognize the power of them to really start summoning the frequencies in which you have pure intentions of your heart to move forward with, in order for you to be able to get into alignment with the frequencies of fruition. Okay, I'm hearing that there's just a certain collective on this planet that understands the power of the moon. I feel like this is where a lot of the light work is being done from so many in this collective. I mean, the light workers are just awesome with, putting your cards underneath the moon, charging your crystals under the moon, getting out your writing, doing your baths, like there's a lot of stuff that takes place. A lot of people have tons of different rituals underneath a full moon, and I'm just hearing that, the more people that understand full moon ritual, the power of the moon, please continue to work with that energy, because it is a part of the reason that the collective consciousness has risen to the level that it is because there are so many of us being deliberate about being in tune with the moon cycles, being involved in rituals, and really honoring the divine law and order, and really summoning our powers during the times of those cycles. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else that they want us to know. Winning. Their win and lose card here. There's so many cards on this table right now that I don't even know where any of them are anymore. But so I'm hearing that there are a lot of people that are winning this year. There are a lot of people that need to remain rooted in their own truth and trust that they have rebuilt, and that their efforts will be met. You will receive. You are winning. I'm hearing you're winning. You're winning. Yay, you're winning. Now I'm hearing so obviously someone's winning a lottery out there. or the work that they have done feels like they have won a lottery. So they're saying congratulations. I'm hoping for either one on that point. If you're winning the lottery, that's amazing, and I'm so excited for you. And if you have just rebuilt yourself to a point where your frequency is now in alignment with the level of a lottery, well, good for you. Amazing work, because that honestly is priceless. It's there's no amount of money that could really show us the full vibrational alignment that we go through as we're rebuilding, okay? So sorry that this was so long, guys, but I just wanted to be diligent in providing whatever it is that they wanted you guys to know. Obviously, we had quite a few messages on this board. Again, to anyone that is going through that space of feeling alone, feeling hopeless and helpless, that has just lost someone, that is stuck in their addiction, feeling like they're losing themselves, please reach out. For anyone that's been doing the work and has been doing the rebuilding, and you are now feeling the reward and you are starting to see the rewards come to fruition, amen, great work. And for any of you guys that are going through the process of recognizing that you need to move away from the old in order to embrace the new, and that, you know, that detachment process is really required. I know it's difficult to remove our emotions sometimes, especially when we have people in our life that have been long-standing people, but you are worthy and deserving of moving forward in the vibrational alignment that you are now ready for. And unfortunately, sometimes we cannot take other people with us because they have not done the work in order to be able to get there. Sending love, light, and abundance to all of you guys. Love you all so much, and we'll definitely be talking soon. Bye for now.